Hello there everyone, I'm Mr. Francis and I'm here to talk about our Year 9's options process. And as you can see on the slide there are 19 subjects that students have to choose from. We want our students at the end of Year 9 to leave having shown the values of our school that you can see on the slide there. And we hope our Year 9 options process will allow them the best opportunity to make the right choices. And on the screen there you can see some of the different things that we have in place to help students with making the choices. The end of Year 11 will come very, very quickly, and we hope that students will be celebrating their time with us with the best possible results. And at the end of Year 11, students leave hopefully with a good range of GCSEs. And if you weren't aware, the grading system, instead of going from A star to G as it used to, the grades now go from 9 to 1. Anyone who takes a BTEC qualification, again, you can see the grading equivalent there, level 1, level 2, pass, merit or distinction, and the GCSE grade equivalents. Now, you may have heard of something called the English Baccalaureate, which was introduced in 2010. And this really is an overarching measure to show whether students have gained GCSEs in English, Maths, Science, which we ask all students to do anyway, and then either history or geography or a modern foreign language. And the whole idea of the English Baccalaureate or the EBAC is to make sure that students have the opportunity to study a broad range of subjects. And there is some evidence to suggest that some of the more prestigious Russell Group universities, for example, are keen to see students with this broad range. So that is something to be aware of. So what do students study? Well, all students in Year 10 and 11 will carry on with English, Maths and Science, as well as doing core PE, core RE, and one lesson of PSHCE a fortnight, personal, social, health, citizenship, education. And those are the national requirements that all students have to follow. Now, in addition to those compulsory subjects, we ask that students pick one of the EBAC subjects, either geography, history, French, German or Spanish. There are then 3 further choices, but we do strongly recommend that students take a second EBAC subject, particularly if they wish to go onto university. So in other words, we recommend that students take geography or history and then either French, German or Spanish, so they have a humanities and a language. So these are the subject choices available, and students have a pretty free choice of those, bearing in mind what I've already mentioned. Obviously, if students want to do geography and history, or if they want to do more than one foreign language, then that's perfectly fine, but obviously there are only 4 choices altogether. So all students will study for the options they pick 5 hours a fortnight. So it's important that students pick subjects they enjoy, subjects they're good at, but also things that are going to be useful for what they may want to do in the future. So what happens once students have made their options choices? Well, we will analyse the choices made, we will build our option blocks on the choices that students pick, and if there are any courses that are not viable to run, maybe because only a tiny number of students who have picked them, we will let those students know and then they will need to re-opt. Very, very occasionally there are also some combinations that are not possible, they can't be fit onto the timetable, and again we will let students know as well. All of this will be confirmed in a letter once students have made their options choices, normally by the end of March. So, some frequently asked questions. You may have noticed something called triple science. All students do compulsory double science, which is worth 2 GCSEs. If they wish to have separate qualifications in biology, chemistry and physics, they can opt for the triple science option, which takes 1 options choice, and that will give them 3 separate GCSEs rather than the combined double science award. Does everyone have to take at least 1 EBAC subject? Yes, we do ask that everybody does either geography, history, French, German or Spanish, and you can do more than one of those if you wish. There may be a tiny number of students who this doesn't apply to, and if that is the case, we will speak to those students directly. And last of all, is it possible to change choices later on? Well, the reason we put so much into the whole process is to make sure that students make the right choice first time round. If students change their mind later on, it may well be the case that certain option combinations aren't possible or group sizes may be full. So, what do students need to be doing before they make their choices? Well, as you may well be aware, during form time, students have been going to ICT rooms on a regular basis to do some careers research. These are some of the most popular websites. All students should be registered with Unifrog, which is the second one there now, which gives lots of useful advice relating to careers, advice and guidance. Another website I quite like is the first one there, called I Could, and that basically gives students the opportunity to take a 5-minute quiz, which will then allocate them to one of 16 animal types. They can find out whether they are a seahorse or a polar bear or whatever really, and then this is an example of somebody who is a koala, and it tells them the strengths of koalas, the types of jobs or career pathways that might be relevant, and some of the subjects that would be useful. So that's quite a useful thing that students might want to have a go at. So thank you for listening to this short presentation, and we wish all of our students the very best of luck with the option choices they're making. Thank you.